Hi guys, welcome to the Student Life section of College Week Live. First of all, I want to congratulate all of our admitted students and welcome to all the prospective students looking at Davis. So we're going to start off by just giving introductions of who we are.
Hi, I'm Cassie. I'm a freshman here at Davis, currently majoring in psychology, and I'm from Laguna Beach, California.
Hi, I'm Dana. I'm a third year studying landscape architecture, and I'm from San Diego, California.
Hi, my name is Margaret. I'm a third-year genetics major from Atalanta, California. So just before we get started here, I'm going to let you guys know that you can start typing your questions to us now. We're going to do a short presentation, and we'll get to your questions at the very end.
Great, so let's get started. Alrighty, so it looks like our first slide, we're just talking about a little bit of the history of UC Davis. So we were founded in 1908, and our student population here at Davis ranks around 31,000 with about 24,000 undergraduate students. You want to take over?
Sure. We have a quite diverse selection of majors here at Davis, 102 to be exact, and with over four colleges. We have 90 grad programs, 6 professional schools here at Davis, and our student-to-faculty ratio is 16 to 1.
Okay, so Davis is located just about 20 minutes west of Sacramento, so you can always go and visit if you want. But not only that, we're located just a couple hours away from world-class destinations such as Lake Tahoe, the Napa Valley, and San Francisco. So if you want to travel, that's definitely an option here at UC Davis.
Okay, well, the weather here at Davis is pretty great. So you definitely get your seasons here at Davis. You have your pretty warm summers, and then in the wintertime you get some good amount of rainfall. But fall and spring here at Davis are quite beautiful. In the fall time, all the trees change colors, it's gorgeous. And then the spring, all the students are really excited to go outside, hang out on the grass, and play frisbee and just have a really good time.
Talking a little bit about transportation here at Davis, it's very easy to get around here. We have our Unitrans system and our Amtrak system. Also, downtown Davis is a great place, and student entertainment are steps away from campus. And the cost of living is significantly less than Bay Area and Southern California.
So our transportation.
Yeah, so here at UC Davis, our students are really active. They join numerous amounts of clubs. In fact, we have over 400 different clubs for students to join here at UC Davis. And so the picture on the left-hand side of the screen, with everyone wearing yellow shirts, this is actually a picture of our Aggie Pack. It's the largest student-run cheer organization in the United States. So we go to all the sporting events, cheer on our Division I sports teams, and just have a really good time no matter what we're doing here on campus.
We do have Division I athletic teams here at Davis. We have 23 Division I athletic teams. We have 14 women's and 9 men's. When you join the Aggie Pack, you go to all the Division I events, cheer them on, and our student athletes are great people, very friendly, get to know them. But athletics is a really big part of our university. Aggie Pack.
Our mascot,
Gun Rock. Gun Rock is our mascot. So we are the Aggies. Aggies just really stands for, we're an agricultural school. Gun Rock is a Mustang, and so that's just kind of the symbol that we pick for our school.
And also, fun fact, Gun Rock is named after an actual horse that was once here on our campus.
Banda?
Sure. So, here at UC Davis, we do have a marching band, and it's called the Cal Aggie Marching Banda. So it's just like your typical marching band like you would see in high school. We do a lot of fun things with our banda. For example, at all of the sporting events, football, for example, during halftime they come out and do a lot of really fun things. For example, during one of the football games I attended, our entire banda did a comic book hero tribute. So our drum majors were dressed up like different comic book heroes again, Batman, Spider-Man. They did this whole, rescue the damsel in distress scene. So it's a really fun program if you want to be involved in it.
Yeah, so like we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of clubs on campus, and like Margaret was saying, our location's pretty ideal. We're about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Lake Tahoe. So one of the clubs that we have is called SOS, Ski or Snowboard. So if you were to join this club, you go out to Lake Tahoe, ski on the slopes, and have a really good time and meet very cool people here at Davis. Okay, so we have a lot of different performance centers here on campus. The arts is a big deal here at Davis. One of our big venues that we have is the Mandavi Center. Amazing talent has come and performed, as well as some great speakers. Just this last year, we also had the governor's debate here right on campus. Governor. Yeah, the debate between Meg Whitman and Jerry Brown. And in fact, students were raffled tickets for this event. I won one, and it was pretty awesome. I sat next to the dean for UCR's medical school. Yeah. And then we also, if you're in a club, like a performance club on campus, you do lots of performances around campus throughout the year.
Cool. Yeah. So we have many different cultural opportunities here on campus. For example, we have a brand new, well, not a brand new, but our cross-cultural center is actually located in the Student Community Center, which is right here on campus. And we also have spring cultural days and film festivals. We have our UC Davis Education Abroad Center, which is located downtown on 3rd and 8th Street. And this is where you can go in there and find many different programs for studying abroad. We also have our International House, residential hall academic theme programs. For example, we have many different themed floors here at Davis, multicultural floors, same-sex floors, all quiet floors, things like that. And then, as she mentioned, we have so many different student clubs here, over 400 different kinds. And it's really easy, too, to start your own club here at Davis. So if that's something you're interested in, you can definitely look into that.
Sure. So here at UC Davis, we have a lot of acreage, as well as a very nice climate to support a lot of different places here on our campus, such as our Arboretum. It's about a 2.5-mile stretch through our campus. It's just beautiful. It has a lot of plant species and specimens for our students to study. In fact, it serves as an outdoor lab facility. I have some classes out there with over 22,000 labeled plant specimens out there for our students to study. But again, you don't have to go out there just for class. It's really fun just to go take a stroll, get your mind off classes and homework for a little while. And the body of water that is in the picture actually does run through our campus. It hooks way back up at Lake Berryessa. So it's very nice and fortunate we have that. But then also the picture on the right-hand side, we do have a student farm. So if you want to plant your own crops and have that sort of agricultural attachment to our campus, that's definitely available for our students as well. Actually, I classed in the Arboretum today. That'll be fun. Okay, so we mentioned that sports athletics is a big part of campus. You paying tuition to come to school here at Davis also gives you access to working out at the gym on campus. It's a beautiful facility. There's a rock wall, an indoor track, lots of different equipment for you to use. And I know that students here really enjoy going to use it. There's volleyball, basketball, badminton, anything you can think of. It's also connected to our pavilion, which is where our Division I basketball teams play, as well as our Division I volleyball team, as well as that's where graduation occurs.
And like she said, it's completely free for UC Davis students, and then unless we have the option of buying an additional, fitness pass where we offer cycling classes and cool things like that, martial arts, and other programs.
So here at UC Davis, if you didn't get recruited to play on a NCAA sports team, then we have a couple more options for you. Club sports, you still get to play for the school. It's via tryout, and you get to travel to play against other schools, rather. You just don't get the sports scholarship. And we also have intramural sports that for everyday people just like us or yourselves. It's really for fun. It's a nice way to, again, forget about your academics for a little while. Games are once a week for about 2.5, 3 hours. You control your own practices. Some of our teams are co-recs, and that means if you have some friends from high school that aren't the same gender you are and you want to play together in a sports team, that's definitely acceptable. And some of the sports include inner tube water polo, flag football, volleyball, soccer, as well as tennis.
Do you guys do intramural?
Yeah, I actually played intramural flag football. It was a co-rec team, and we played on the dorm level, so it was people on my dorm floor all getting together playing flag football. And, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, you control your practices. We never practiced.
I'm starting inner tube water polo for the first time next week, so we'll see how that goes.
That's like the most popular one.
Yeah. Okay, we also have an equestrian center on campus, which is a little different than other UCs. I've had roommates in the past that they board their horse here. They're on the hunter jumper teams. There's lots of different teams. I'm not as familiar with them, but it's definitely here as a resource. Even if you've never ridden a horse before but you want to take classes, you're more than welcome to go out and take some courses. I don't know if you guys know any more about that.
It's 25 acres. It's a pretty big equestrian center, unique to Davis. Yeah, this one. So we have a place on campus called Outdoor Adventures. They actually do lots of exciting things. You can go there to rent equipment for like hiking trips, kayaking, anything like that, backpacking trips, or if you want to look into whitewater rafting trips, they offer that too. Although they do offer cross-country skiing and snowshoeing, like she said earlier, we suggest that our avid downhill snowboarders and skiers actually check out our SOS Club, skiing or snowboarding. But Outdoor Adventures also offers EMT training and CPR training. Excuse me.
So this is fun. This is actually, it's open for the warm season. This is our rec pool. So we have 3 different kinds of pools here at Davis. We have our Shaw Aquatic Center for our Division I swim, dive, and water polo teams. And then we have Hickey Pool, which is where people who like to just lap swim can go and swim. And then our rec pool is open during the warm months where people can just hang out, enjoy the pool. But it's a really cool place to come and hang out. Ooh.
Oh, picnic day. So, picnic day is our annual open house every year. It's rumored by Wikipedia to be the largest student-run open house in the nation. But picnic day, again, is our open house. We bring all of our on-campus departments out. They open up buildings and offices for students to come see different research on the campus. So if you want to know what the Evolution Ecology Department is doing and you're part of the College of Engineering, you can definitely do that. It's a way to explore different things on our campus that you might not necessarily be a part of, but then also enjoy some really fun events. So we have leader dog races on picnic day. That doesn't really have to do with the department on campus, but it's definitely really fun to check out. Also, through the entomology department, they have those really cool wood cutouts. You stick your head in the frame and you can become a cockroach, a butterfly, praying mantis, things like that. And then also through the animal science department, we do have cow milking and goat milking, so it's just a really fun way to explore the campus. And this year it's April 21st, which is a Saturday, so if you're up in Davis or in Northern California, I highly recommend coming and checking it out.
Yeah. So any questions beyond this presentation, we definitely invite you to visit our admissions website, as well as just giving us a call anytime. I work for admissions, so if you were to call up, you might be talking to me, but we are always more than happy to answer any questions or concerns about Davis. We're all tour guides, so if you come to visit Davis, we will walk backwards for you. And
come visit us.
Yeah, definitely come visit. Say
Lots
hi.
of corny jokes.
So prepare yourself. Yeah. So if you haven't applied, then look forward to applying this November. And if you have already gone in, once again, congratulations, and we're looking forward to hopefully you coming to Davis for fall 2012.
And don't forget your statement of intent to register, no matter which school you go to, is due May 1st. So hopefully that school you choose is UC Davis.
Yeah. And it looks like that's the end of our presentation, but we have some questions to answer. So, what do you like best about life at Davis outside of class?
So I'll go ahead and start that off. Something that I really like doing outside of class is just really riding my bike, going around the city of Davis, and just the physical exercise as well as the fresh air. And then, like I said before, the scenery. Where I'm from, Atalanta, California, for those of you who don't know, is the middle of the Mojave Desert, so we've got dirt, tumbleweeds, some more dirt, and just some really beautiful sunrises and sunsets. So this gives me the opportunity to explore greener pastures, if that's an accessible way to depict Davis, but it's just one of the really things I like to do outside of class.
And clubs are a great thing to get a part of. We're all tour guides, so that's a job on campus, but I know we all do other extracurriculars, whether it's intramurals or clubs like a dance club, or I'm in a student chapter on campus for my major. So it's great to just get involved and do something outside of class, because that's how you really start enjoying Davis.
Outside of class, I like to get involved in Greek life. I'm in a sorority right now, and actually Greek life here on campus makes up about 8.5% of our student body, which might not seem like a lot, but when you consider our 31,000 student body population, I think they definitely make their impact here on campus. So if you're interested in Greek life, you can definitely look into that. That's what I like to involve myself in outside of class. So.
Another question we have is, does everyone really ride a bike? Most people do. You don't have to. We have a great bus system around campus that makes getting around City of Davis and getting your class on time really easy. Coming from San Diego, I started out with a beach cruiser, which was fine, and then you get here for a while and I've upgraded to a road bike. But you will never see more versions of wheeled objects ever here on campus. You guys ride bikes? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought I could get around Davis walking for a while, and then that kind of went downhill. Picked up a bike, got a beach cruiser as well, and then that was even worse than walking sometimes, especially in the wind, because you're biking and not really going anywhere. And then I even tried roller skating for some time, and that didn't really quite work because I fell flat on my butt in front of a lot of people during pastime. So yeah, whatever you're more comfortable doing, biking is definitely big, but there's other means: scooter, skateboard, longboard, roller skate, rollerblade, and as Jana said, yeah, anything with wheels will do.
Unicycle a lot.
Oh yeah, and I've seen a Segway before here on campus, so tandem bike.
What do we have? How hard is it to get your classes? Good question. I'll be really concerned with that. Do you want to start this off?
Yeah, well, as a freshman right now, I'm currently getting to experience all this. I would say it's not that hard to get all your classes. Basically when you register, it does go by seniority, so how many units you have here at Davis. So as a freshman, I don't have that many to start off with, so I generally have a later pass time, and I've been able to get all the classes I need so far. I have noticed that if they have a section that maybe they have a long wait list for, something like that, then they do open up more sections, so it's never really an issue to get the classes you need. You guys want to add to that?
Yeah, so kind of just to tag on. So yeah, most of the time your general education classes might be a little bit bigger, but that's just a result of a lot of classes on campus may have the same requirements. So a lot of majors require chemistry or biology or math. So a lot of those could be a little bit larger, but as you go through and you become more specific with your major and what you're studying, those classes become a lot smaller. Personally, I actually came to Davis in my first quarter here. My English class had 19 students in it, so it was a really easy transition from high school here to a bigger university. So you will definitely have your small class sizes too, even at a lower division level.
Yeah, and if you find yourself wanting to get a class but it's full, then we have something called a Pass 2. It's where you can waitlist for classes, and it's like getting a number in a deli. The closer you are to number one, the closer you are to being served, and by served I mean getting into the class. So if you really, really want a class, it's worth waitlisting. For example, if your class is 300 students, and as Jana said, some classes might be larger. So if you're 10th on the wait list, 15th, maybe even 20th, I've gotten into a 500 student class being 20th on the wait list before. So that's really doable. But then also, as Cassie said, your seniority really helps out. So as you get older and older, your need to wait list becomes less and less. And you need to also just think about it before you start waitlisting, because let's say the class has 25 students in it, but you're 30th on the wait list. You're probably not going to get in. But again, that seniority thing really helps out once you get older.
Yeah, I actually just got into Nutrition 10, and I was 160 on the wait list, so it's anything can happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the first. Good. Okay. So this is a similar question. How many students are in most of your classes? All depends. All depends on the class. So like I said, some of the more popular classes can get up to 500, which sounds really daunting. But in most cases, if classes are that large, you have something called a discussion, which once, maybe even twice a week, you meet in about a class of 20. And these are most of the time led by a graduate student. So because of the small class size, it's a little more comfortable to ask a question, or if you're confused on a math problem or something. I know myself, I felt really intimidated going to a professor or raising my hand in a 500-person lecture hall, so this makes things a little bit easier. All right. Rachel, where is the best place for bio majors to dorm? Or to, and it looks like it got cut off.
Just click for more.
Oh, click for more.
or to dorm in
Or
general.
in general. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a genetics major, which is pretty close to biological sciences. We're all in the same college. It's our College of Biological Sciences, go figure. But a lot of your classes are held to it's not quite south part of our campus, but we have a biological sciences district. So this is where we do have one of our largest lecture halls, Silac 123. That's the 500-seater. We also have Briggs Hall. This is where you do have some major advising. But we also have our new science laboratory facility, and this is where you have general chemistry and general biology labs. And in relation to dorms, it's the closest to the Segundo housing area and the Tercera housing area. It's about equidistant. So that's an option for you if you're looking into a dorm closest to biological sciences area. However, you want to check out housing.ucdavis.edu because let's say you're looking to be pre-med. We do have a health floor, so if you are, again, pre-med, then we do have different floors and different residential halls more suited towards certain students' needs and prospective interests.
Cool. So I guess all of us are from Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how's the transition from Southern California?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. Like, some people ask me, like, what's your least favorite thing about Davis? And of course, I can't think of anything, but then if I have to answer, I usually say the rain. But that was the hardest transition for me because it doesn't really rain that much where I'm from. But other than that, it was a great transition. What about you guys?
Yeah, so San Diego, I am literally 13 miles from Mexico, so I cannot get any more south. But it was great. Even though Davis is on the other side of California, the plane ride's only about an hour and a half. So it's really easy to get to the airport. It's free with your student ID card, so it makes it super simple and very affordable. So home really isn't very far, even though it's all the way in Southern California.
Yeah, and for myself, I personally got homesick my first year because I do have a little brother back home, and I'm missing out on a lot of big things in his life. For example, he just started playing Little League, so I missed his first home run just a few weeks ago. So for myself, it's a little bit harder, but after that, I kind of got over that initial thing. Skype really helped out with talking to family back home. So it might be a little bit difficult at first if you're like myself, but other than that, it's a really great feeling to be that sort of independent, or have that sort of independence.
Yeah. And Davis is a very comfortable community, so
yeah.
It was really easy to transition, and there's lots of resources around you. You'll find a lot of people who come here to the dorms might not know anybody from their high school who've come here, so we're all really excited to meet new people. So you're going to make friends, even if you're not trying to. How is it being on the quarter system? Good. A lot of us aren't used to that when we were in high school.
Yeah. 10 weeks.
Yeah, it goes quick.
Yeah. But a really nice thing about that is if you get bored really quick with classes, or let's say you registered for a class and it didn't quite turn out the way you wanted it to be, either your professor is a little bit more daunting you than you thought, or it's just you don't like the professor, or the lecture material wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Being on the quarter system, it's only 10 weeks versus a semester at 15 weeks, so that's 5 weeks less, and you have to deal with something you don't really like to do. And if you get really bored of your stuff quick, then it makes a nice transition. You don't have to deal with it for a really long time. You get to switch out, again, every 10 weeks.
And do you want to add?
Sorry, I was
no, we're so excited.
It definitely is fast-paced, fast-moving, but I know I've talked to a lot of my other friends who are on the semester system, and they dread it because it's just like, you have that class for such a long period of time, and this is great because if you do get stuck with a class that you don't like, you don't ever have it for that long, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Classes at Davis are great, though. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also a good thing to think about is on the quarter system, after every quarter is done, you get a vacation. So you never have to study, ever, when you're on vacation. It's always a true vacation. And with that third quarter in there, instead of 2 semesters, you get to take more classes. So you might have more opportunity to take elective classes that you're really looking forward to, like a foreign language or an art class, or winemaking, like I did.
Yeah, winemaking is really fun. So actually, we skipped a question up here. It's how do we have to buy the meals? So that's a good question. With your dorming package, it comes with the meal plans. You can eat on campus through our dining commons, or DC for short. And so if you're really close to UC Davis, then you might want a smaller meal plan. It's about 90 meals per quarter. And all of our meals are all-you-can-eat style buffet. So if you want to eat in the DC, you can. But then if you want to purchase meals off campus or even on campus, you do have several eateries. For example, the Coffee House, or Coho for short. Our Silo area has a Taco Bell, Carl's Jr., Pizza Hut, very delicious crepe place. And then downtown Davis is just a cornucopia of different ethnic foods. So again, if you want to have a smaller meal plan and eat a lot of meals off campus, then you can do that as well.
And I also want to add, I'm a vegetarian, so one thing about Davis is it's so many food options for no matter what. If you have a food allergy, if you're vegan, vegetarian, you love meat, there's something for everybody. I personally am not just eating tofu the whole time. Lots of options. Very good.
And I'm a freshman, as I said, so I'm getting to experience all this for the first time, eating in the DC every day. I thought I'd get tired of it, and, you never do. Actually, the chefs try to make it really interesting with themed nights. So they have cool things like Harry Potter night and sushi night and multicultural night, so chefs definitely keep it interesting.
Definitely. Looks like we have a question that's kind of related back to teachers and TAs and discussions and stuff. So, are your teachers available for office hours, or are the lines to see the teacher too long? How many of your classes are taught by TAs? So most classes, if not all of them, are taught by professors. So oftentimes your TAs will only be leading discussions. And then as far as office hours, professors as well as TAs are required to have office hours. So if you can't meet during their office hours, you can always email them and schedule an outside appointment, and all of them are always really forgiving or flexible with their time and availability with meeting you.
Yeah, and if you can't meet their office hours, a lot of them do appointments. So you can just email your professor and or your TA and say, let's say you have a class during their scheduled office hour, then you can go ahead and meet with them at another time. And they're really, again, flexible with that sort of thing. They understand that you're a student first and can't necessarily meet their requirements for office hours.
Yeah, so we have time for one more question. So this one is about pulling all-nighters.
Midnight oil.
Yeah, so I'm a third year, and I can tell you with my major, I do a lot of projects, so I've done a few of them, but you can definitely avoid it if you plan appropriately. But you might run into that when you're in college, but you can definitely avoid it if you plan your schedule out.
The cool thing we have for that, too, is we have a 24-hour study room right here on campus, so you can go there any time of night when the library's closed and get access to that.
Yeah. So now we're at the conclusion of this presentation. I just want to let you know that we can still chat until 7 p.m. I'm actually going to be chatting until 7, so if you have any questions, I'll be on there and I can help you out. But we are all tour guides once again, so if you come to visit Davis, we're more than happy to recognize these faces to help you out. But
thanks for the questions.
Yeah,
thanks for your questions once again. For you admitted students, congratulations. Hopefully you pick UC Davis again. Statement of intent to register is due May 1st. And for you prospective students, I hope that this gave you enough information that you now consider UC Davis as one of your possible applications for higher education.
Definitely.
Thanks. Bye.